Good morning. I'm here on the roadside again, like I am most every day. Today's nice and breezy and cool. But reviewing old mailings from 2009, I was reminded of yet another concern. Uh, on one day in December, the Auschwitz death camp threat was set again. And then again some days later. Back then, I don't remember the exact sequence, but I don't know about you, but when we were in school, we were told that World War II ended in 1945, and that the death camps were liberated, and that there were trials prosecuting some of the participants in the crimes, and that it couldn't possibly happen again. That all of the areas were occupied by Soviet, United States, and British, French forces, and others, and that there's so much learned about it, and there was so much evidence that it couldn't possibly ever happen again. Uh, I remember back in 1992, summer of '92, I was temporarily living at VA Center in White City, Oregon, saving money, working. I worked in a motel back then, a motor inn by the name of Shiloh Motor Inn. And another employee had a paperback book about Auschwitz that she said she had been with her husband stationed in Germany. And the book was titled, I mentioned it before, the title of the book was A Study in the Theory and Practice of Hell, and it was copyrighted in 1948. What they meant by the words theory and practice of hell was the description of Auschwitz, and that there were many testimonials by former guards and officials and doctors and former inmates. And the book, it was so depressing, so much miserable, frightening kind of subject matter that I didn't read hardly any of it. But near the end, what I did read was that, copyrighted in 1948, that so much had been learned about the crimes. There was so much evidence, and it was just overwhelming that the crimes became known. That in the end of the book, it was said that should be impossible that such crimes could ever happen again. So anyway, what happens was that they preserved the Auschwitz site. Certainly, it was important to memorialize the innocent victims, but to preserve all the buildings in place, partly apparently entice people that wanted to do it again. And these days, there continues to be, now from 2009, now it's been 12 and a half years later, that there continues to be rumoring that Auschwitz is in some way used again. Minutes ago, I just consulted Wikipedia briefly for some minutes to read about a little bit about the history of the place again, and was reminded that there is a memorial where the most recent information for was 2016, where some millions of people visited. Hopefully, everyone's just visiting instead of some witnessing others being taken away in the place, because, like I say, there has been rumoring that the Auschwitz facility is actually being used against people again. The details that I found in my files that reminded me of it were drafts from December of 2009. Unfortunately, including an announcement by a former stepsister whom I really liked a lot, a very pretty lady, whom described herself as being "This Auschwitz is on," or "This is Auschwitz on," and while then also saying that she and others think of themselves as first starting as strangest nuns. So it really, the announcement kind of really surprised me, and I still hope that maybe she was compelled to say it, or was maybe part of investigating. But there is a lot of other, through years, a lot of other indications, and of course they consider me to be a potential prisoner in the place. I remember a nun saying that I looked like somebody that they had burned once before during the Holocaust. So apparently have secret agendas that don't really think nicely of people that they're intending to victimize. And as I said before, that these series of videos is a matter of me considering the possibility of becoming a candidate for Congress from here in Sarasota. And I really believe that I'd be a good witness on behalf of the people, and I'm hoping and praying that there hasn't been any further use of Auschwitz, and that any indications of it, and or any assertions of anyone being involved with planning to use it again, that they be discovered and investigated, and that everyone be saved instead. And again, as always, I'm hoping that everyone's just having a good day, and that the future is going to be more peaceful, and that matters in Ukraine can be resolved more peacefully. Thank you.